Hey gamers, I am CyberSnack7. Hope we're all well, guys. Back again with another video, and this is the slightly delayed second half to my birthday gifts videos. It was just over a week ago now, my birthday, and I showed you in the last video what I picked up myself, and two great gifts from Retro Dad Nintendo and Craig's here again. Now this is the second little section, and this is the main present that I had from the wife. Now she said to me, you can have anything within reason. So I chose a new console, but not only the new console, I chose 5 games to go with that. Now this isn't the first time I've actually owned this system. I owned it way back in 1994 for the original power release of the system. Had a small library of games with it, but unfortunately the system didn't last very long. It was discontinued in 1996. But for the time the system was good, but unfortunately other systems came out and technically blew it out of the water. But I've wanted one back for a while now, so I've got a different variant, and it's also a Japanese system as well. So let's have a look at what I got, guys. Now the console I'm talking about is this one, which is the Panasonic FZ10 3DO, and as you can see the box is in absolutely pristine condition. This was from a Japanese seller, and we all know what Japanese sellers are like. They're just quality, you know. They say they're so and the quality is good on them, but when you get them, they're like, this is like box fresh. It was released yesterday. Now the system itself is this one, of course. This one was released as a PAL format. Also you had the big black unit, which is the one I originally had, but for reasons because of like age of console, I've decided to go for the top loader, specifically because obviously at the age of the consoles, a lot of the 3DO systems were front loaders, and you know there's probably a tendency in the future to have issues with the trays, so I thought I'd give for the top loader just for functionality, and obviously hopefully it'll last a bit longer. But as you can see, the system itself is in absolutely pristine condition, so very happy to have that. And as I say, you know, the system itself, it was a good system for the time, and it was one I enjoyed while it lasted. But obviously, at the time when I bought one, I bought it, and then I weren't into the tendency to keep consoles. And I was literally, I bought one, and then if I got bored of it, I'd get rid of it so I could get a new one. But the way things have panned out over the years, I'm become the collector, and I want things back that are pre-owned back in the day. So, as I say, I got that system instead of another system, because there was many system 3DOs wise. There was you know, obviously the FZ1, which is the black unit. There was believe it or not, there was a limited edition FZ1 with a built-in 5-disc draw system in Japan, which I've never ever seen. There was the Sanyo Troy system, and there was also the Gold Star LG. So you know, there's a good variety of systems. They did try to do a successor of the M2, which never ever like seen the light of day, which I can understand why, because the system really didn't do that well. But as a system that I had back in the day, I'm just glad to have this system, and also the 5 games that I've bought with the system. The collection of my games probably won't reach past 8, because as I say, you know, the library was vast, but a majority of the games, as far as I'm concerned, weren't that good. So what I'll do next is show you the 5 games that I picked up. Now, all of these I originally owned, and now they're in Japanese format. But the good thing about the Japanese games is they've got all these brand new sealed spine cards, complete the lot. Now, realistically, I couldn't imagine me trying to find a PAL version that's sealed and still brand new. So that's why I went for the Jap system, because majority of their stuff is sealed and brand new anyway. But anyway, let's talk about game number 1 now. Game number 1 is a game I've got on many formats. I've played it on everything, but my first experience of this was in the arcades, and every chance I get I see it and I absolutely have to play this game, and it is the one and only Dragon's Lair. Now I'm sorry about the glare, there you go. Dragon's Lair, absolutely classic game. Any chance I get to play this, I have to have this game, play this game, and I just enjoy it thoroughly. As I say, like, you got everything with it. The spine card and the disc is in immaculate condition. But there's something about this game, it just takes me back. It's a simplistic game, you know, it's a straightforward, choose the right direction, otherwise you die. It's as simple as that. But it's just the cartoon aspect of the game, and you know, I was just mesmerised by it at the time, and the love for it's never gone, no matter what system I played it on, what format. But to get it back on the 3DO again is a real pleasure, because I really do enjoy this game, and I will play this game often, I guarantee you that. So that's the first game I got, guys, and that is Dragon's Lair. Now the second one is a movie tie-in, and at the time I thought, it still is a good film, to be honest. I do quite like this film. One of Sylvester Stallone's, you know, better films, to be honest. But the game itself has had different reincarnations on different systems. Obviously the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive. May have had a few others, but this one is the 3DO version, and it is Demolition Man. Now, I actually like playing this game. It's a different format and a different playing system to any other version that you'd play. You've got 3 different forms of action. You've got like a first-person shooter mode. You've also got like a one-on-one fighting section, which happens about 3 or 4 times. And then you've got driving sections within the game. Now, it follows the film to a T, technically. The only drawback about this game is you see the film footage FMV, and then they try to blend the film footage FMV into the 3DO footage, where you have Stallone backset onto the graphical capabilities of the 3DO graphics, and when it changes, it just doesn't look quite right. But after you go through the initial sections where you see him jump out the helicopter and he's running around, and you can see the dramatic difference in graphics, the game, you know, becomes quite action-packed, and it's not a bad little title, to be honest. Definitely one I had back in the day, and I originally, you know, loved this game, and I still do, and that's why I got it back. So that's the second game, guys. That is Demolition Man. Now, game number 3 is a platformer, and officially and unofficially the mascot for the system, to be honest. Whether there was any more platform games come out for the system, I don't know, because I didn't obviously have the system long enough to really appreciate and find out about any more platformers. But to me, this one is probably my favourite. That's why I've obviously got it back. But I'm talking about Gex. Gex is a really decent platformer, graphically very good, and a simplistic puzzle platforming action game. Realistically, you're a kind of a TV nut, a lizard who's a TV nut, gets sucked into the TV, and you've basically got to go through the levels to try and escape. As I say, each level you've got to find lots of bonuses, find 3 remote controls before you can leave the level. Well, you can actually leave it, but you can't progress until you found all the remote controls on each level. But there's tons of bonuses. The only issue about this is, thankfully, you can turn off the speech, because his sayings and things like that really do get on your nerves after a while. So it's good that you can turn off the voice. But apart from that, it's still a solid and nice little challenging platformer. And as far as I'm concerned, one of the best on the system by far. So that is game number 3, guys. That is Gex. Game number 4 is a holy grail fighter for me. It's one of my favourite fighters of all time. Yet again, played it on multiple systems, but still, I'm very, very grateful to get it back on this system, and I really did enjoy it. To be honest, I think this is probably the first experience I had of this game. I even played it on here before I played it on the Super Nintendo, to be honest. But the game I'm talking about is Super Street Fighter 2, the Grandmaster Challenge. Now, as you can see, this one is this cover. Now, there is another variant where you got Akuma on the front cover. Now, whether that's an American release or whether that's just another Japanese variant of the game, I don't know. But they do vary in price, because as I say, this one I think cost me about £25, brand new. But the Akuma version, you can either get it like single disc like this, or in a long box, which you could get. But as I say, that does cost a little bit more, and I don't know why. Probably just because of the cover art, to be honest. But the game itself is absolutely fantastic. It's a superb fighting, solid fighting game, and absolutely well happy to have it. Okay, the you've only got a 3-button controller. Well, technically you've got a 5-button controller, but when I play this, I just preset the buttons to use the first 3 buttons because I can't stand using the shoulder buttons on Street Fighter games anyway. But graphically, sound, quality of picture, absolutely bang on, absolutely superb game. You can't go wrong with a bit of Street Fighter. So that is game number 4, guys. That is Super Street Fighter 2, the Grandmaster Challenge. Oh, and by the way, it does obviously have all the 4 new characters: Fei Long, Cammy, T-Hawk, and DJ in that one as well. As if you didn't already know that. Right, the final game, guys, is technically the system seller for me, without question. Absolutely fantastic franchise on the Mega Drive. Bought them all, played every single one of them, loved them to bits. It did have a moment on the PlayStation. I'm not too sure if it went to the Sega Saturn as well, but this to me is easily the best version of the series I've ever played, and I'm just waiting for the day till they do an update of this game. Whether they do or not, I don't know, but until then, this is the finest version of this game I've ever played, and it is Road Rash. Absolutely awesome title. Graphically, far superior to any other version of the time. Okay, the graphics, you know, that in today's standards, they're not great, but they're still good for what they are. They're a lot better than any other version out there, as far as I'm concerned. It plays fantastic. Brilliant soundtrack. Lots of rock music in it, especially from Soundgarden, a favourite band of mine. Great FMV sequences in between you winning and you losing, and the starting of races and that. It's just got quality all the way through. And they say that the track design's brilliant. It's just a superb and a solid game. And an absolute must if you get a 3DO or you're thinking of getting one, or you got one or you haven't got this. Absolute must to get this game. It's absolutely fantastic game, and easily the best conversion of Road Rash you'll play without fail. But as I say, this is the first game I went for. As soon as I got the system, this one is the one I had to have first without question. So there you go, guys. That is the final game I've got for the system, and easily my favourite so far, and that is Road Rash. 5 games for the system. Now, as I said, I'll probably only get maybe 2 or 3 more, and that will be the lot for the system, because there's no way I'm going to be buying games for the sake of having games for the system when I know full well, just there alone, I've got 5 games that I know I'm going to really enjoy and go back to again and again. So as I say, it's going to be a small collection, but that's the way I want to do things. If I'm going to get a console, I'm not going to specifically get the console just to buy every game available. I want the system now, and I want the games for that system I've either played in the past or I really want to play, and that's it. You know, it don't have to be massive collections. But as I say, I'm going to really enjoy this, as I have been doing for the past week. It's been good to play the system again. It really, really has. But as I say, guys, that's it. That's my console. There will be another couple of consoles coming this year, I guarantee you that much. But you just have to wait for them. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. And as per usual, I am CyberSnake7. Keep playing, guys. Always keep watching. All the best.